All right. Good morning. Can you hear me? Very echoey, but we'll get through it. Good morning, guys. How's the connection? Does it look all right? Morning. All right, sounds good. Looks good. It's good. Nice. I look different. Well, yeah, because I'm not at my house. Probably why. I'm in Miami. And I am in the hotel. I'm at East. No, guys, I'm just I'm visiting some friends in Miami. That's all. Yeah, I straightened my hair. Just don't look in the bedroom, you might have someone walk out. Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Friday. All right. Papacito. Oh, man. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, I can't get away from Miami, man. I can't get away from the 305. I can't. Bathroom door open. Careful. Go Niners. I think everyone wants the Niners to win, man. Yeah, Miami's it's a good time. It's a good time. Definitely a good time. But I think I've decided it's more fun to visit than it is to live. So it's very close to me. I'm 2 hours away. It's a really easy drive. If you guys have ever driven across Alligator Alley, it's really easy. You just drive 2 hours straight across and you're in Miami. So I like to visit. I think I like to visit more than I like to live. I like the suburb living, but then just coming to Miami for some good fun. Not a Swiftie? No, I'm not a Swiftie. All right, let's get started, huh? So, welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good morning. A little bit of upside this morning. Some nice consolidation yesterday, some nice strength yesterday. Over that 17.8, over that 5,000 on the ES, so some really nice strength there. Strength and continuation on a lot of stocks. We saw that Snow 220 hold was sick yesterday. Google in that gap fill area. Google's starting to sort of move through that gap fill area, so that could be really nice. What else really moved yesterday? We had TSM again rally, huge rally on TSM again. Obviously ARM with a nice push yesterday morning. We're looking for some pullbacks there. So semiconductors strong again. Some nice strength, nice hold on the Nasdaq ES, and that bullish structure just continues. That bullish structure continues to hold on. So we continue to look for that upside. As long as that structure is there, we'll break it down today. We'll look at it all. I'll give you guys a good picture of what happened yesterday, some of the trades that I'm holding right now, which one of them, or the only one, is Google. You guys saw that. I'm still holding those Google longs, hoping for that continuation today. We shall see. As of right now, should look profitable this morning, but we will see if it holds up. Yeah, TSM, man. Oh, man, what a move that was, huh? Yeah, and Nvidia off that 694 yesterday, very nice as well. So let's pull up the economic calendar first. Let's start there. and then we will get things rolling. So first things first, let me pull up that economic calendar. Did Forex Factory. I'm surprised I'm happy to hear that the service is good, that the Wi-Fi is good. That means that I can comfortably know that I can stream here out of Miami. So that's good to know. All right, let's get it started. Just bear with me a second, guys. Obviously, I'm on the mobile setup, so you know, some things will be a little bit less quick than they are usually. I don't know if this is correct, but Forex Factory is showing 0 economic data today. So we'll go over to the charts here. 0 on the economic calendar today. Yeah, nothing there. So let me just double check, Market Watch, and just let me see if that's the same for everywhere. I'll go to marketwatch.com. Friday. Yeah, really nothing today. Really nothing today. Right? Economic calendar on MarketWatch. It says CPI seasonal factor revisions, and then Dallas Fed President Larry Logan. Rad Dad. Shout out Rad Dad. GG Rad Dad. W'd Rad Dad in the chat. $49.99. Wow. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Rad Dad. Hopefully that donation is coming from a profit that you were able to make from some of the education that hopefully I have provided. So I hope that's the case. If it is, congratulations, man. Yeah, 8:30 CPI revisions. We'll see, right? I think that's probably about the only thing today. So we'll see if there's any movement there at 8:30, but we'll be live for that. So we'll just monitor that. All right. All right. Let's do it. Let's get started. Is that something on the screen there in the middle of the screen? What is that? Hold on. I see something. Yeah, let me delete that. Oh, I know what that is. Huh. Oh, I know exactly what that is. Hold on. No, we don't want that. I'll just delete it. That's fine. Let me just delete it. All right, let's get started. Yeah, some sort of random line there in the middle. Bear with me, guys. Traveling setup. We'll get it all tuned in. Sugar and tea room. Mark knows. Mark knows. All right, guys, so let's get started with the Nasdaq. Let's get started with the futures. Let's get out of here a little bit early today. It's Friday. Yeah. All right, so you guys saw, right? Yesterday, what did we do? Yesterday, we had that demand down below, 17.8, 17.770. Just maintained it all day, right? Never really saw any type of drama down into that level. Just a strong maintain pretty much the entire day. We had that previous high here around that 17,860. This was the previous high from back on Wednesday, and we pretty much maintained that all day, right? A little bit of drama, intraday, a little bit of down, a little bit of up, but overall that price action was very solid above that previous high, right? We had that previous high here around that 17,860, all from Wednesday, right? And we maintained above it pretty much all day, even into the pre-market. You guys can see that thing just maintained. Now you can see that's pretty much a break and retest of that previous high, turning that previous high into new lows, and that is resulting in upside this morning. So today, very clear, guys. Very clear morning. We have these previous highs from yesterday, all right here, around that 17,890, 17,9, right? And what are we looking for? We're looking for that to hold. It's already held once this morning. See right here, nice hold right there. If we get another push to the downside, does it hold again today? So right there, 17,890, 17,9, right? That's really what we're looking for, that continuation, for that long, for that opportunity to go long again today, is down at that 17,890 on the Nasdaq futures. If we do break that, then we look for that demand here, right? We look for that pullback to that after hours low, to that yesterday sort of consolidation, and we get a long off that level today, right? Very nice, very clear. Two nice levels to watch today. You got your 17,890, you got your 17,860, and you're looking to see, can I catch some longs off these levels, right? That's exactly what I'm looking for today, and that's what I think you stay patient for, right? Don't front run it. Wait for it to pull back. Wait to see if that demand steps up. That's what happened yesterday, and let's look to see if it happens again. I personally, in my mind, right, and this is how I traded yesterday, for anyone that was in the voice chat, in the Discord, live trading, this was pretty much what I was telling to the group. I was saying to the group, as long as we are above this 17.8, right, I'm looking for pullback longs. I'm looking for pullback longs as long as we're over 17.8 on the Nasdaq futures. Everything look okay on your side, guys? Hopefully. I didn't lose it, did I? I don't think so. All right, I think we're good. Hopefully. Let me take 2 minutes just to make sure everything's good before I just keep talking. Waiting for some chats to say, looks good, sounds good. Okay, all right, good. Just making sure. All right, so I was saying to the group yesterday, right? As long as we're over this level, man, I am looking for pullback longs. This is a major hold, right? And this was our previous all-time high, right? We cannot forget what this level is. This whole green zone on your screen, right? This whole zone, this whole area, that is previous all-time highs, okay? And you can see that the Nasdaq maintained that thing perfectly, both on Wednesday and on Thursday, yesterday. So as long as you are maintaining over a previous all-time high, there is no reason to be trying to short, right, above that level. That's going to be continuing to be my mindset, just sort of riding with the bullish structure until it breaks down. So today, I'm going to look for those pullback levels, 17,860, 17,890. I'm going to look to see if those hold for some potential new longs. And if we do get a little bit of drama, right, and we do get all the way back down to that 17.8, this would be your next, right, opportunity for that, for that long entry back at these lows. Is there some shorts in there, right? Could there be some short-term, downside plays mixed in here? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Is there maybe a little short-term downside here? Is there maybe a little short-term downside here? Absolutely, guys. There's shorts everywhere, okay? There's shorts everywhere. Every day there's opportunities for both sides. But I like to ride the trend, the larger-term trend. I'm not going to try to short, 20 points here. I'm not going to try to short, 50 points here on the Nasdaq. It's very possible. If that's what you're looking for, I would not, I wouldn't go against you. There's different ways to trade. Of course, everyone trades a little bit differently. For me, I just don't like getting sweaty in trying to short small movements in a bullish upside trend, especially when we're holding over Nasdaq all-time highs. So is there opportunity for a little downside plays, mixed in here today? Is there potential rejections that could happen? Absolutely. And there might be opportunities for those downside, but I'm more of the guy that's just going to look for those pullbacks and look to take advantage of maybe some downside to then re-enter some longs back at demand. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's sort of just how I would play it. So that's the Nasdaq. Here's the QQQ. Let's go ahead and break down that. QQQ, we had that previous high around that 430, 431.50, right? Or sorry, 430.50. We held above that level perfectly, right? You can see right here, we maintained above that 430 to 430.5. Very nice. Now, if we zoom in, right, and we sort of scale this up, we can see yesterday, what did we do, right? Yesterday, we got above the previous highs around that 432, 432.50. You can even just drop this down to 432.60. I think that's probably the better place to put it, right around here, right? 432.60, 432.50. You have those previous highs all right here from Wednesday. You got above it. You held above it pretty much all day, right? You can just see, look at this consolidation above that previous high right there, right? Just sitting right above that previous Thursday high. You get that consolidation, which results in your next upside move. This again is a break and retest, bullish market structure. You can see it right there. So today, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the previous high a day to turn into new lows right here, 433.50. Right here, previous highs, new lows. If we drop under that, I'm looking for 432.60. So my two longs today are right here, right? 433.50, 432.60. Those are my next two pullback long opportunities on the day. If we get under that 432.60, if we get under this little consolidation from yesterday, then of course, guys, right, you could see some drama, right, back down maybe towards these lows from the pre-market yesterday, back towards some of this consolidation from Wednesday, back towards that 431, 430.50. You know, absolutely there could be some short plays here, right, on maybe a rejection of these lows. It's very possible. But again, I would sit that one out, and I would just wait for us to come back to demand and see if there's a new long opportunity off that level. So I'm going to be watching 433.50. I'm going to be watching 432.60. Those are my two QQQ levels to look to see if there's new opportunities today. ES, beastie ES, man, beastie. Beautiful hold yesterday and a really nice consolidation above here today. So you can see yesterday we had a very clear double top come in around that 5,020 level, right? 5,020, previous highs here, previous highs here. Very clear 5,020 level that we are breaking above today. All right, we can see now today we are up above that 5,020 double top from both Wednesday and Thursday. So what am I looking for today? All right, same thing. I'm looking for that structure to continue. Pull back to 5,020. Look for that, look for that consolidation like this, right? Pretty much what I'm looking for is what happened here, right? That's the type of action I'm looking for. That bullish consolidation, I'm looking for that to happen right here today above the previous double top highs. If I can get that bullish consolidation in this zone, I'll look for that opportunity to enter long and then push this thing back to the upside and continue strong to the upside. Okay, so that's number one right there, 5,020. If we get under that, we're looking for this right here, this little after hours consolidation. We're watching this 5,013. That looks like a decent level to be monitoring as well. That's where we've been holding here all in the after hours pre-market. You can see it right there around that 5,013 level. If you break under that, you're coming back down into the lows from Wednesday and Thursday, and that again could be a nice opportunity back to the upside off this 5,005. Really, and I said this to the group yesterday, which I think was the right way to read this market. Ultimately, it looks like it was the right way to read this market. As long as the S&P 500, right, was over 5,000, I was looking for upside. As long as the S&P is over this previous high, as long as the S&P is over that very key 5,000 level, I think you look for nothing but upside above this 5,000 area, right? This is all just bullish consolidation above a very key 5,000 level, right? And that's sort of how I would look to play this. So I'm looking for 5,020 right here. I'm looking for 5,013, and I'm looking for that 5,000 pullback for maybe even a better opportunity back at these previous demands here. Okay? That's the ES. Let's go to the SPY. SPY, very clear as well. Let's drop this down to the 15. Drop that down to the 15. And you can see right here, I think the best and cleanest opportunity of the day is this right there. 498.50, clear as day, double top highs. If you can get a pullback to this level, if you can hold here, right, this is going to set up a very clean long opportunity. If you could get a pullback to a double top high from both Wednesday and Thursday, I think that creates a fantastic opportunity to be watching for. So right here, okay, 498.50, very nice look. Let's see if we can get that downside and then that opportunity there. If we break under that level, you're probably looking at that 497, man. That's probably your best spot. 497 is probably your best spot. If you do break under that high, you'll probably maybe just consolidate above that 497 and maybe start to create some type of a longer term consolidation here on the SPY if we don't hold over that 498.50. That's sort of my read on the SPY there. Could be a very nice day, guys. And the one thing I want to point out here and just continue to say on this stream, which I always talk about on the stream, is while the market's in a very strong uptrend, you're going to see these pre-market gap ups, but there is no merit in chasing pre-market gap ups. Pretty much every single time we've gotten a pre-market gap up, maybe excluding Wednesday here, which was pretty extreme, there is always the opportunity to see consolidation, to wait for an entry, right? It's never just sort of gone without you. So yes, this might be looking like, oh my God, I missed out on the upside, but I can guarantee you at some point today, there's going to be some kind of pullback. There's going to be a better long entry than just chasing the open. There's going to be some type of consolidation that forms that can give you some type of a really clear read, right? You don't need to just be chasing off the open. There's always some type of pullback, always some type of consolidation that if you're just patient for it, man, you'll find it. But what gets people caught up is they just feel like they missed it. They have to chase out the open. Maybe they get a few points, and then it flips back on them. And then they're like, oh, well, now I'm getting stopped out, even though, right, if you get stopped out, anywhere above 498.50 today, right, that's a federal offense, okay? It's a federal offense to get stopped out of longs above the previous double top highs, right? We cannot be getting stopped out of longs if we're still above double top highs, okay? It's just not something we want to be doing. The only reason that we would be getting stopped out of longs back into double top highs is because we chased, we over leveraged, and we're down too much, and we can no longer, emotionally control ourselves to withstand this drawdown. We cannot be getting stopped out of longs if SPY is holding over double top highs from yesterday and from Thursday, right, or from Wednesday, right? You just can't do it because you're just not trading the structure of the market. You're trading emotions, you're trading your drawdown, you're trading just, you're not really trading based off of any technicals. So we cannot be getting stopped out of longs if the SPY is still over this double top high. Well, the way we can maintain a trade is we wait for the downside to come in and we get a good entry, right? We get a good entry that gives us that opportunity, that makes it so we don't have to sit through drawdown. And ultimately, if you do break that high, right, let's say you enter here and we do end up breaking that high, at least you only have, a small amount of risk here, right? This is what the break and retest is all about. If you do break down back into this high and you say, okay, Desi said, let's look for longs off 498.50. Great, I'm going to look to see, right? And then we start to take some longs here. And then let's say ultimately, all right, it didn't work. SPY did break below that high. But at least, right, your risk is only this, right? And you have a good reason to stop out and you have a small risk, a good risk reward. Instead, right, what some people will do, they'll chase longs up here and they'll be down this entire amount, right? And this is their risk rather than saying this, right? So we want to wait for those pullbacks. We want to wait for those good entries. That's what I would be looking for today, okay? All right. Let's read some chat. What are we saying here? CPI revision. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Yep, coin's going crazy. Bitcoin sort of broke out. Federal offense. Yep. Unless it's ARM. Hey, ARM was crazy. ARM will pull back at some point. We'll get along there. All right. All right, so do we want to go over IWM? Did IWM wake up a little bit? Yeah, IWM, I mean, it's in a good consolidation. You can see right here. It was in good consolidation, right? Good consolidation on IWM. You just want to wait for, you want to see if we can get a push, right? We want to see if we can see a push above or a drop below, right? Until we start getting active here. Netflix going crazy? Yeah. Netflix, look at this, right? Look at that. That looks pretty interesting on Netflix, right? So let's go over, let's just start it up with Tesla. And let's take a look at what happened on Tesla. Let's take a look at the sort of, 30-minute chart. Just get a general idea of what Tesla's doing. You guys can see we had that downtrend on Tesla, which had just a sick fake out, right? And, this is what Tesla does. This is what Tesla does. And you know what? Yeah, we'll go over the Dow real quick for you guys. The Dow is just still in that bullish structure, man. The Dow just is, it's just perfectly holding above all previous highs, right? This hold on the Dow is perfect. I would assume the Dow, right, just sort of continues this rally. I would watch the previous highs here, okay? And then if you get a hold above this 38.9, right, you're looking for that next move, If you get a hold above that 38.9, if you get a hold above this previous high right here, you're looking for that break and retest long. That's all. That's all. So you held this high, right? You can see previous highs here into new lows, previous highs here. You want to see it turn into new lows. So that's what you're looking for in the Dow. A break and hold over 38,900. But let's go into Tesla real quick before CPI revisions come out here in 5 minutes. We'll go into the 30-minute and let's take a look. So Tesla upside did not come without some type of a fake out, right? Didn't come without any type of fake out. This was a major fake out on Monday. That big drop into under 180, got right back above it, failed back under it, and then squeezed back above it, right? Major fake outs here on Tesla under that 180 level. Likely trapping a lot of shorts, right? People that were shorting Tesla under 180, trapping shorts, one of them being myself, right? I took one Tesla put here on Tuesday. Obviously, that position is gone, right? That's a loss. It also faked me out, right? Under 180, so Tesla definitely got the best of me under that 180 level. Difficult to trade, right? Because a lot of volatile action down in this area. But ultimately, what happens here is it pushes out, it holds above, and it starts to consolidate back to the upside. So a very, very tricky spot down there at 180, but overall a very nice hold at that 180 level. Now today, I'm sort of monitoring this 192 area, this 192.40, 192 area. You can see that we had some previous highs here, some previous highs here. And it looks like we're having just a little bit of difficulty to break above this 192 area, right? Sort of that previous rejection area, that was where we sort of continued that downside move. You're coming right back into it, right? You're coming right back into that 192 area. Does Tesla get above that level today? That's what I would be looking for. If Tesla gets above, it's going to 196, right? And 196 is really the major level, right? Because if we zoom out here on Tesla, let's get a little bit more time. Over 196, Tesla, I think, gets sort of cleared up. Unless it's the 20 SMA that causes some problems, right? So we can see right here, this 196, above that 196, you really don't have anything back here, right? That's really the last rejection spot that we have here in this sort of consolidation that's been going on. So that's where I would be more interested in Tesla upside. If we can get a really solid hold above this 196 right here, then I think you will get that upside continuation back towards those previous lows, maybe around that 207, 208 area. The only thing that stands in your way above 196, the only thing that stands in your way right here above 196 is the 20 SMA. That is possibly where you do reversed on Tesla again. That's possibly where Tesla sort of creeps back up into, hits that 20 SMA, and then starts to maybe give a little bit of downside again. So I would say 196, if you guys are long Tesla, right, maybe you took some longs down here. If you're maintaining a long here, I would say 196 is going to be something you really want to see it over, and then you're going to have to monitor that 20 SMA as you start to get close to it, all right? So keep an eye on that. All right, let's wait. We'll wait 1 minute. Let's wait 1 minute for the revisions. Let's see if there's any kind of movement off these CPI revisions here. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to take a sip of my fancy Evian water that I regretfully pulled out of the refrigerator today, so I'm probably going to be charged about $10 for this. If you guys could, take 1 second, press that like button for me. That would be fantastic. We're going to run an ad. We'll run another ad. If you guys could, press that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. This is a mobile stream, just to let anyone know. If you guys are new here, this is not typically what it looks like, but we're here in Miami, and we're running a mobile stream. Water or vodka? You never know. All right. CPI revision, a little bit of action here. Let's see. A little bit of downside, nothing meaningful yet. Evian backwards is naive. Yeah, it's true. Ads paying for Evian. Yep. The ads just paid for my Evian water. Beautiful. Already starting with a $10 loss. Man. I like the banter, man. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. A little bit of banter never hurt. So, not much on the CPI. Ooh. Oh, little flip there, huh? Ouch. Nice. 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 Holy shit. Wait a second. Damn. Okay. What the hell? Well, that was nice. Google? Come on, Googie. I'm talking to you guys like I talk to my Discord right now. I'm sort of enjoying it. Nasdaq, nice push. ES, nice push, obviously. SPY, nice push. Damn. All right. 500 on the SPY. All right, so here's the last thing I'm going to say before we jump into individual stocks. Let's be cautious at the 500 level on SPY. Just a little bit cautious, okay? Maybe a psychological level, maybe a little drama-filled level, right? We there's nothing here on the SPY from previous levels, right? There's nothing here, but 500 is psychological, right? So a little bit careful at 500 psych. Just proceed with a tad bit of caution there. Might be some heavy selling up at that 500. Just something to watch. I can't say with any type of certainty whether you see reactions there, but typically you'll see some reactions at major psych levels, 500 being absolutely a major one. So right now looks like it went right through it without any kind of hesitation, but maybe some pullbacks to 500. Still, right? You still want that pullback to that 498.50, but yeah, it's going to be one of those mornings, right? It's one of those mornings, big gap up Friday morning. We'll review this. Let's re-review this at the end of the stream. Let's go into some individual stocks. So here we go. Nvidia, right? Yesterday I longed some Nvidia calls off this 694 level. You guys know exactly why I was doing that. That's the exact level we talked about. This was the exact low from the pre-market, the exact break and hold level above from Wednesday. If you watched my video from Wednesday, then you watched the entire thing, right? Then you know we talked in very great detail about this break and retest right here at 694. If you're someone that watches my videos and actually sort of watches the whole thing, then you know that we talked in great detail about that 694 level in my Wednesday video. This was the exact level that held yesterday, that held here, right? You can see how well that 694 is holding. So if you're long Nvidia off 694, love it, right? Great level. If you don't get a pullback there, what are you looking for? You're looking for a break and hold above the highs. All right, if you don't get the liberty of a pullback today to 694, you are looking for a break and hold above 710 for your next long entry right here. This is your next long entry on Nvidia, a break and hold above a double top high at $710 per share, okay? So that's your next entry, either there or here. Those are your only two entries on Nvidia longs. Break and hold above 710 or pull back to 695. Look for it today, see if it sets up for you. AMD. I'm not in love with AMD as of late. AMD just has been a little bit iffy, right? Not really grinding with the rest of the semis. So I'm just a tad bit cautious here. You can see right here, previous lows on AMD turning into a very clear double top high on AMD. Now, the only thing I will say, right, which you guys know I've talked about here on the live stream, this consolidation into this 20 SMA that's grinding higher could very well be the next long entry, right? So if you want to look for like, hey, I just crushed AMD, right? I nailed this thing off the 20. It could be setting up for you, right? I'm not gonna I'm not going to say that that's, you know, what you should do, okay? I don't want to recommend that in any way, but if you believe that AMD should wake up, if you believe that the semiconductors will drag AMD higher again, this is possibly one of your best spots to watch. As you can see, over the last, you know, the entire time AMD has moved higher here, it has held above the 20 SMA every single time, okay? Once, twice, 3 times, and you are sitting at it again. So if you think AMD continues this move, if you think AMD will continue to bounce off this 20, I would be hawking it here, okay? I'd be hawking this move. If that's what you want to trade, you, do your own due diligence, but I will just let you guys know that it is absolutely sitting and holding above that 20 still, okay? So that's what I'll say. There's definitely some supplies above. There's definitely some potential rejection points above to be aware of. One of them being 172, one of them being 175, but you do have that 20 SMA. You got to decide which way you want to roll there. So AMD, Nvidia, those are some watches there. I don't even think I'm going to go over TSM, guys. TSM's gone. It's a gone bird, okay? There was a absolutely insane opportunity on TSM that we were going over in this live stream for weeks, not weeks, but days. We were all eyes on this 118 level on TSM. We were talking about this break and retest almost every day here on the live stream, above this previous high, turning into new lows. At this point, right, you had to be in here, right? You had to be in here. It's an absolute gone bird. So I wouldn't even look at TSM personally. It just has no interest to me. I can't be chasing this thing this high up. It's just hard to build a real structured idea here when you saw such a perfect break and retest already happen. So 135, 126, those were my 2 levels. You can see yesterday we held perfectly above our 126. This was a straight level from the live stream yesterday. If you guys were here yesterday, we talked about this 126. This was a perfect hold yesterday morning, which resulted in another monster move. So you had that 126 opportunity yesterday. Maybe you watch this 135 today, see if there's some opportunity off that, you know, but that's really it. I can't have too much of I'm not going to recommend too much here, right? For me, I'm just going to tell you my personal opinion. My personal opinion here is not to touch TSM, maybe 131, right? Maybe 131 here could be your next pullback spot. So 131, you know, obviously 126 if it even gets back to that. These would maybe be my 2 pullback levels to watch out for. 131, 126. That's what I'd be watching. But pretty much that thing's gone. Let's just focus on the semis right now. The other one we can focus on is ARM, right? ARM's pulling back a little bit this morning. I would be watching this little high here. What is this, 107? I would be eyeing that 107 today. Is it, you know, maybe 107? Could be up towards that 108. 109, it's anywhere in this area here, all at those highs from the earnings highs, right here. 107, 108.50, see that? Look for this to hold today, right? If that holds today, this could be an interesting long entry. If you break under that, you're coming back down, right? Maybe back to 100, 100, and then of course we had some of those levels from the previous day. I'm actually going to delete that one. I think 92, 100. And if ARM wants to stay really strong here, guys, I think it holds above this high right here. All right, if ARM wants to stay strong here today, I think it consolidates and holds above this high right here. So that's what I'd watch, around that 107, 108 area. All right. What other, Qualcomm, is it really doing much? I don't know if Qualcomm's that great of a name. I mean, it's holding. I don't think it's that great of a trade, so I'm going to skip Qualcomm. Let's go into Google. Let's go into Google because what is Google doing, guys? Google is on a gap fill, right? Google is possibly ready for the gap fill, right? You guys can see right here, Google has entered the gap, right? The gap started. What's the high of this candle? 145.60. The gap started around there, right? And we are now in this gap fill on Google. And if this market is strong, right? I don't know, right? If the market's strong, I don't see Google not being, at least not putting in a shot of filling some type of a downside gap, right? If that Nasdaq is moving higher, if this market's continuing to rip, I would be sort of interested here, and that is why I'm interested. That's why I'm holding Google right now. So Google longed it yesterday, held it, stayed very patient on this one. You had this 146.50, this 146.50. It had a double bottom at 146.50, and you can see today a very nice push off of that. It's above that 20 SMA again. So what would I be looking for today? I'd be looking for either a pullback to 147.50. Right, if you can get that, I'd look for a pullback to that 147.50 here, right? Or if you can get back to 146.50, great. I don't know if you're going to get that, but if you do get a pullback to 147.50, I would watch this, right? Previous day highs, maybe that's where the 20 SMA will open today, a little bit higher. So maybe a pullback to the 20 SMA, a pullback to that previous day high, and then you can maybe look to get a long in that area. But right now, Google's in the gap. I'm holding longs on Google overnight, and you guys can see that on Twitter. You can see it on my Instagram. So I am still in those, and I had today expirations, but I moved them over into next week's just to get a little bit more time. So should look good this morning. Let's see what happens. Google, I like that. I like that gap. Let's see if we can get a pullback to 147.50. Meta, yeah, Meta. We crushed this one yesterday as well with the group. You guys know if you're in the group, we were longing off that 465 demand. Really nothing to this one, right? All this was a long off demand, right? We had that demand from the previous day. We longed it again off this level yesterday. Beautiful upside move, very nice profit. So you have this previous low. You can see very strong lows around that 465. Very nice consolidation here, resulting in a breakout. Now that we're above that area, what are we looking for? Let's see, can Meta, I would say either hold this, it's possibly 472. I think I like 470 a little bit better as a strong hold. I think I like 470 a little bit better, but it could be anywhere from 470 to 472, right? 472 is right here. It's some of these previous lows. 472 is some of these highs here. 470 is yesterday's highs. So I think any pullback into this zone, right, could be that opportunity to look long Meta again, back to the upside towards 480, right? I think it's very possible. So I would watch this entire zone today, anywhere between 470 and 472. If you can get a strong consolidation here, you could possibly look for that next long entry on Meta in that zone. If you fall back under 470, trade invalidates, all right? Coin, absolute rocket ship, gap and go here on Coin, monster move on Coin. Coin had a really nice hold above, got back above that previous, let me go ahead and zoom out here. Coin got back above that 128.50 and that 20 SMA level we were talking about right in here. It got above it. It held above it. That was a really solid hold. Even it looked like actually it was like 130, right? If we zoom in here, let's zoom in on yesterday's price action. Yeah, it was just a perfect hold over 130. Look at that. Right, look at that 5 minute on Coin yesterday. Break over 130. Look at that little flag at 130. That's a beauty. See this little flag right here? 130 break and retest, and then bam, beauty. So 130, nice hold on Coin. The next level you're looking at for it to hold above, which I don't even, it's not even, it's sort of gone, but you can see right here, we had this previous double top high, right, around that 137 level. Very nice hold above that this morning. And what did we talk about yesterday on the live stream, right? Holy shit. Holy shit. What did we talk about on the live stream yesterday? We talked about that breakout, right? This was what we were watching, that Bitcoin wedge. I mean, I think some of you hopefully remember this. I think hopefully some of you remember this, right? This little wedge we were watching on Bitcoin. And yesterday, right, we had that breakout right there. Right, we had that breakout, and that's resulting in that Coin upside. So if you're going to trade coin, if you're going to trade Mara, if you're going to trade Riot, you better be watching BTC, right? You can look at it on TOS with just hash slash BTC. This is Bitcoin futures. And this was a pretty easy sign, right? On that breakout on the Bitcoin. You can see it right there. Really, really beautiful wedge and very strong squeeze out of it. Wow. Wow. So, very nice there. Coinbase obviously sort of squeezing with it. If we go out to the 4-hour chart, I think your next level to watch here is 147. All right, 147 right here. 147, 147. You can see it right here. I think that's probably your next watch. So watch that 147 on Coinbase. Okay? That's your next level. Damn. Apple. Let's go Apple. Let's take a look at this chart because Apple getting a little bit stuck under this 20 SMA, this 189 level, right? You can see right here, 189, 189, 189. Of course, MicroStrategy is going, guys. I'm aware of it. 189, you can see all there, right? Very strong. That's that key level today. If Apple can get over 189 and hold above it, then I think you could see Apple go strong again. So watch Apple. I think 189 is your key level. If you can get above that 20 SMA, if you can hold above it today, you look for that next upside move. Okay? Microsoft. Yeah, look at how clean this was on Microsoft. That actually set up really nice on Microsoft. Microsoft, if I can get this to zoom in, look at that. That's a beauty, right? That's a beauty. I hope you guys are seeing this, guys. I hope you guys that watch my live streams, I hope you are picking up on the break and retest, man, because if you can just tailor your mindset to look for these, it's such a, I think I might need to stop talking about it at some point because I'm scared that it goes away. I mean, look at that beautiful chart right there and just look how it can very clearly make you find an opportunity, right? It's very clear. It's a previous high that turns into new support, right? It's such a rudimentary sort of technical setup, and it's not that hard to be looking at, right? It's not like it's the MACD crosses the XYZ and the RSI is at 64.302 and the retracements at the 61.8 and the stochastic is firing with the MACD squeeze. It's just a previous high that turns into a new support, right? And we're on this live stream every day looking at the exact same technical factors, right? It's not like I make this up every morning, right? It's on the stream every day, the exact same setup. So I hope you guys are seeing it, man. I hope you're seeing it. I hope it's making sense to you. I hope you're finding opportunities off of it because it sure does happen, man. It sure does happen. Snow, another one, a beautiful 220 hold yesterday. We had that 220 level, which was a beautiful hold above yesterday. This was that bull flag we were talking about, right? And then, I mean, look at this. Look at this on Snow, right? Look at that. This is a previous high into new lows. That's a break and retest bull flag. Bam. Right? That's another bam. That's a break and retest bull flag right there. Previous highs, break, retest, bull flag, and then just an explosion through it. Very nice on Snow, right? Another huge opportunity there that we talked about on this live stream. Yesterday, we long Snow off 220. That was a beauty. That was nice. Amazon, keep an eye on this Amazon, man, right? It's basing here. You see that? That 168 Amazon? That's a pretty nice base being formed there on Amazon. 172.50, 174.50, right? You can see right here. Look at these holds, right? They're there. They're absolutely there. And Amazon's starting to sort of squeeze to the upside. So 172.50. That's the level you watch for today. The last one I'm going to go over here today, guys, is Netflix. Netflix is sort of firing in a potential flag as well. You can see here, Netflix post earnings has had some nice consolidation, right? sort of this downside consolidation has created somewhat of a double bottom here towards that 555. And the next level to watch here is 570. If Netflix can hold over 570, then I think you can look for that upside. So look for a hold over 570 on Netflix for that push into that 580. Okay? 570 on Netflix, that's your key level. That's your key level. I think that's about all, guys. Shopify, the one-eyed shop bull. You know, you guys know I own shares of this at like $30. God, this is beautiful. Shopify, what a squeeze. Need a pullback, though, at this point. So a lot is... All right, here's how I'm going to end the stream. Right? Here's how I'm going to end the stream. Okay? There has been... And you have to be honest with yourself, right? And I'm even honest with myself today, right? And especially with how I trade today. There has been plenty of opportunities to be long, okay? And whether you're in it or not, you have to accept that. I'm not that long in individual option contracts today. I'm just in Google longs. I am in a lot of shares, right? Hundreds, a lot of shares, which is great. But I'm honest with myself. I'm in Google longs today. A lot of things are squeezing. A lot of things are gone. There's a lot of setups that set up both yesterday and today that are now showing, Wednesday and yesterday that are now really firing today. So be honest with yourself today before you start chasing everything. Did you miss some of the entries that did set up both yesterday and Wednesday? And if the answer to that is yes, then don't come into today, start firing shots long and getting stuck in drawdown, right? Be honest with yourself, okay? I personally missed some setups. I did have a good day trading yesterday. You guys saw that. But I'm not holding that much into today. I'm only holding Google. So I'm not going to start looking out there, trying to chase the big movers, chasing snow at new highs, TSM at new highs, right? That's not the way you're going to be, finding, I think, profitability and consistency. So maybe today's it gone, everything's gone, but maybe next week we get a nice pullback, right? Maybe next week we get that nice pullback, we get a 2-3% drop, back into some demands, and then we reload those longs, okay? So if some things feel a little bit gone today, if you sort of feel like, hey, this thing's sort of already just way past my levels, leave it alone, right? There'll be some pullbacks, there'll be some opportunities. I think that's the best way to approach it. Just proceed with caution when you have such a major gap up on some of these stocks, ES, right? Some of these stocks that are just sort of gone. All right? All right, guys. One last read before we jump out, right? What are we watching on the Nasdaq? We're watching this, 17,890, right? 17,890. Yeah, there's some stocks that aren't gone. There's some stocks that aren't gone, right? There's some setup still. ES, pull back to that 5,020. Very nice there as well. That's what we're looking for. Some stocks that aren't gone. Nvidia's not gone, right? Nvidia ain't gone. You still have a previous high here. So how is this not gone, right? Break and hold over previous highs, beautiful opportunity. That's not gone. Google's probably not gone either, right? If you can get a pullback on Google back to this 147.50, that's nice, right? That doesn't feel gone yet. Meta, definitely not gone, right? Meta's not gone. Meta, if you can get a nice hold above this previous high, that's a nice opportunity there. That's an opportunity, right? But, TSM, that's gone, okay? That's gone. Coinbase, gone. Snow feels gone. That's pretty much extended past. That broke out of that flag. So pick the ones that still have some levels around them, all right? Pick the ones that still have some levels around them. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you guys could, please press that like button. We are live here, mobile, out of Miami. Not often, but when I go away, I'm happy this is working. So, maybe I'll come visit Miami more often. If you guys could, please press that like button. I appreciate you guys popping tickers out there. A lot of you guys are popping out tickers that I've already gone over. So if you guys show up late, just, have some common sense. If you show up right now and start scamming tickers in the chat, I've already looked at everything that you guys are asking for. So you're going to have to go back and watch. We went over Amazon. We went over AMD. We went over half the things that you guys are talking about. So you're going to have to go back and rewatch it. All right. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And Harv. Harv's back. There he is. How's it going, Harv? How do you get back? Get him out. See you, Harv. Have a good weekend, Harv. All right, guys. I will see you guys on Monday. Peace out.